I know it's about 11:30 p.m. when I'm filming this, but you know what? Eye protection is a 24/7 commitment. That was some rubbish intro. Christ. What's good everyone on YouTube? It's me again, and back with another video. And if you notice my voice sounding like it's just a gravel beach or something like that, there's a reason for that. I am actually quite sick right now. My throat is very scratchy and not very good. The glasses don't really help, but anyway, I'm here again with another shoe review. And you may be thinking, oh, why are you reviewing this shoe? It came out like last year and stuff. I am actually selling this shoe tomorrow, so I gotta film all this before I get rid of it finally, and I can't actually ever look at the shoe ever again. And I am selling it for a $20 loss, but considering I've got to wear it a few times, a $20 rental over a year, not a bad deal. So, as you probably know, Nike's Air Max line has been one of the most successful lines that exists in, I guess, sneaker history. And one of the marquee sort of Air Max models that came out was the Air Max 97. And many were told that this was like inspired by the Japanese bullet train. Not sure if that's true or not, but we're just gonna go with that. And I'll stop rambling for now because I don't want to talk too much. Today we are here to talk about the Air Max 97 OG, Quick Strike actually, in the OG, silver bullet colorway. So with the intro out of the way, we'll get into the box, and the box will be a pretty quick affair. You just got your standard red Nike sportswear box that you've probably seen a million times, at least if you've been watching my videos on the channel. I hope you have. And then on the inside, we've just got standard wrapping paper, and the shoes were just stuffed with some standard paper. So, nothing too crazy, just the usual thing I'd expect from a shoe like this. And if we go to the label, we'll find that it reads Nike Air Max 97 OG Quick Strike. Quick Strike usually meaning that it's more limited to get the fiends going. So in terms of the retail price, I actually picked these up at the retail price, and they costed 250 Australian dollars down here. We'll put the conversion up here. And given what I've seen in resale, at least on websites such as StockX, I'm surprised that new pairs are like starting to crack above $400. So pretty interesting, I heard someone in Australia, at the store I picked up this pair, he bought the last 11 pairs, and you know what, if he sat on them up until this point, good move on your part, whoever you are. But with the box out of the way, let's just get straight into the shoes. So, here we are, the Air Max 97 OG Quick Strike in the silver bullet colorway, which is actually the very first color to ever come out. So immediately the most striking feature of the Air Max 97 is just this layered upper. You've got, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'd say 7 layers, all just overlaid on each other in this really nice sort of wave pattern. And the waves continue all the way around the shoe, around the toe box, and then to the heel, which gives it this very like fast and dynamic look. And it's all done in this like tonal gray with a hit of like white leather near the toe. And signature to the Air Max 97s, you've actually got 3M piping running along 3 of the layers, as well as a loop that runs around the tongue itself. So when you hit the shoe with a flash, this shoe really shines at night. Like my friends were telling me that they could see me from like a mile away with like their car. It was pretty cool. And the only hits of color you're gonna get are red. Christ. Red Nike swooshes on both sides as well as on the tongue. And speaking of the tongue, you've got this like nice padded tongue, as well as a lacing system where the lace holes are actually kind of hidden out of sight. And this just adds to the very sort of fast feel of the shoe, even though it's an old shoe and it's actually pretty bulky on feet. It looks very sleek, and I could imagine back in 97 this would have been some sort of crazy running shoe of the day. And yeah, that's pretty much the upper in terms of defining features. And when we move down to the midsole, we actually come to a pretty big jump, at least in the Air Max lineage, this full-length air unit that runs from the heel to almost all the way to the toe. And for the time, this was the most air that was ever thrown into a shoe. I personally think the Air Max 97 sole, so just the sole unit, is probably one of the best Air Max soles to exist. So like even like the models like the 98s and the Air Max Deluxes that reuse this sole, I think look beautiful with this sole. It's just very sleek, very fast, and it's not that great feeling, but it looks great. So in terms of cushioning, as I sort of just touched on for a bit just before, you've actually got, Nike Air Max. So Air Max is pretty much this highly compressed air inside like these airbags that is supposed to replace traditional Phylon foam. And I'll get into more about how this shoe feels later on. So in terms of sizing, I will say these shoes do run a little bit small, and that's actually another reason why I'm letting these shoes go. I bought these in my true to size, which is a 9.5, a US 9.5, and I will say like it's perfectly doable, but after long periods of time, I find that like my toes tend to sort of hit the edge just a little bit. So I would probably suggest for most people, unless you have really narrow feet, I guess, to go up at least half a size. Now in terms of comfort, I really don't have many positive things to say about this shoe, and it's to be expected. It's a shoe from 1997, so the air cushioning really isn't all that great. I've heard people who are on the heavier side tend to say that Air Max actually feels quite nice, but I don't know, maybe I'm just not heavy enough for something like this, but it really doesn't flex at all. It's pretty stiff, and unless you really dig in the heel as you're stepping, you're not going to feel anything. And in terms of upper, this was something that was designed to look good first and probably feel good as a secondary kind of objective. Because while the layers give this shoe a lot of depth, it actually kind of restricts the shoe's flexibility, as well as making the shoe quite hot with all these like leather layers and fuse overlays along with like the 3M piping. So overall, I'd honestly say the comfort on this shoe is really kind of lackluster compared to a lot of things today. And actually, on that topic, I would even say another shoe that came out in the same period in 1997, the Zoom Spiridons, are leaps and bounds better than this shoe. And honestly, like if it was a competition between just purely comfort and those two shoes, the Spiridons murder these shoes every day of the week. However, going on to my opinions on the shoe and why I even picked up this shoe in the first place, I just think aesthetically this shoe is a classic. I really do like the vibe, the futuristic vibe of this shoe. And when I say futuristic, I'm more talking about like the retro futuristic vibe. So like, what I mean by that is like, what people thought in the 80s, what people in the 80s thought what the future would be like. These are the kind of shoes and like designs that were coming out. Very alien, very shiny, very like dynamic looking. And I just think it is, honestly, there's a reason why the MX 97 has held its popularity throughout the years. They've retroed the Silver Bullets many times, and every time the Silver Bullets really do well on the open market. And I'd have to agree with the general consensus. This really is a classic Air Max shoe, and like one for the history books, and it just looks really good with a lot of like outfits as well. Because it's mostly just a grey shoe, it tends to work pretty well with a lot of things. So yeah, overall I'd just say I love this shoe, and I am going to be a bit sad that I have to see this go. But you know what, sometimes when shoes don't quite fit you, you just gotta let it go. And these shoes are a tiny bit too small, so these will be leaving very soon. By that I mean tomorrow. So yeah, say goodbye. So with that, we've actually come to the end of this video. I know it's a bit quicker than most of my videos, but honestly I think I should just get quicker at making these videos. and Christ, my voice is really croaky, so I'm just going to finish it up. So I'd love to hear what you think of the Air Max 97, even though it's been a while since this shoe's been out. And out of some of the retro Air Maxes, what are some of your favorite models? For me, like 97s, I've grown a liking to the 98s, Air Max 1s, Deluxes. I like all those. And as you've probably seen in my other videos, well documented, I can't stand the 95s. So that's just some of my thoughts on some of the older Air Maxes. Like the video if you like the video, dislike the video if you dislike the video, and now for the on feet portion. And yeah, I'm going to be doing this on feet right before giving this guy the shoes, but don't worry, I have clean socks. So anyway, on to the on feet, and I'll catch you guys in another video. Bye.